I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me. This commands worship, faith, hope, and love toward God alone. It forbids idolatry, superstition, divination, atheism, putting money, power, pleasure before God, or treating created things like celebrities, career, or technology as ultimate priorities. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. This requires reverence for God's name, Jesus' name, and sacred things. It forbids blasphemy, cursing, false oaths, swearing, or using God's name carelessly. It calls for respect in prayer and vows. Remember to keep holy the Lord's Day. This commands participation in Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation, rest from unnecessary work, and dedicating the day to God, family, and charity. It forbids deliberately missing Mass or treating Sunday like any other workday without serious reason. Honor your father and your mother. This requires respect, gratitude, obedience, while children and care for parents in old age. It extends to legitimate authority, teachers, employers, government, church leaders, when they act justly. It forbids disrespect, disobedience, neglect, or abuse of family members. You shall not kill. More precisely, you shall not murder. This protects human life and dignity from conception to natural death. It forbids murder, abortion, euthanasia, suicide, unjust anger, and acts that endanger life. It commands respect for health, peacemaking, and care for the vulnerable. You shall not commit adultery. This protects the sanctity of marriage and sexuality. It forbids adultery, fornication, pornography, masturbation, homosexual acts, and any use of sexuality outside marriage. It calls for chastity in every state of life and purity of heart. You shall not steal. This requires justice and respect for others' property. It forbids theft, fraud, cheating, damage to property, exploitation, unjust wages, and wasting resources. It commands generosity, care for the poor, and the just use of material goods. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. This commands truthfulness. It forbids lying, perjury, slander, calumny, rash judgment, gossip, and flattery. It calls for speaking the truth in love, protecting others' good name, and avoiding deceit in words or actions. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. This forbids lust and envy of another spouse. It requires purity of heart and control over impure thoughts, desires. It protects marriage by rejecting jealousy or objectifying others sexually. You shall not covet your neighbor's goods. This forbids greed and envy of others' possessions or success. It calls for detachment from material things, contentment with what one has, and trust in God's providence. It combats the root of theft, injustice, and consumerism.